Astrid's on a mission, and the twins are preparing for Ragnarok.
A typical day at Berk. Where do I begin? I mean, I swear, we were just eating our words from last vlog because we were just asking for this. Seriously.
We were asking for an episode dedicated to Astrid. I was actually hoping for, but really, we didn't get exactly what we hoped for. I was hoping for character development.
Well, that's the problem. I think we're confusing character development with, information.
We were, because Astrid really was already developed from what we've seen in the first movie. This one, we kind of got some backstory.
I mean, we learned she has an uncle,
had an uncle,
but it's like you're sidestepping the question about her parents. It's like, so was her uncle her guardian, or was it maybe?
Must have been. This episode is called Fright of Passage, another play on words, from rite of passage, a way which is a phrase to symbolize like growing up or something, or reaching like a new level of maturity, that kind of thing.
Like back in the old days, there's always the passage, what to become a man. I don't think there was one for a woman. It's just
no, not really. This story also introduces a new dragon species. Again, another one that is not referenced in the first movie at all. It's called a flight mare. I guess because I think Frightmare might have already been taken, and there's already a dragon species called a nightmare.
Yeah. Well, time for a dragon critiquing here, because we're doing that awfully a lot with all these species. Yeah. The design of the Flymare is actually very interesting because
very unique, actually.
It's very unique because it's a lot less dragon-like than most of the dragons. Because one, it looks more like jellyfish, more or less an anglerfish type thing. It looks creepy.
In fact, and it glows.
Yeah, as you mentioned, it glows in the dark. In fact, look at the wings. It just has this little
that jellyfish-looking. Like little bobbles on the end of its wings. It's really nice. So the story, the episode opens up in a flashback, but you don't quite know that until if you're looking very carefully. It has this kind of grainy sepia tone, like which I kind of liked. It's a good way to show that we're not in the present. Mm-hmm. I really like that. And the Flymare, when you first see it, it has like these lights around it, causing these light streaks, kind of like what Spielberg does in a lot of his movies.
Oh, spotlight finish. I gotta make that nostalgia critic reference.
You had to. Not just spotlight finish. Look at Close Encounters of the Third Kind. The flashlights when Muldoon and Ellie are looking for the other car. You see the streaks. He likes light streaks.
Well, you can't admit they're pretty cool.
They are pretty cool.
It's nothing against them. It's just they're awesome.
So in the flashback, we see Astrid as a very young girl. So and there's this event that happened. It's called Arvindale's Fire. I actually read that in a couple fanfic. I actually literally thought it was like a fire thing. No, it's an aurora boreal. It's an aurora. I don't know if it's a borealis. That might be the wrong thing. I think that's only applies to Alaska, that kind of thing. It's the Vikings' Northern Lights.
Yeah,
right.
So they wouldn't know that. Yeah. They think it's a disaster.
They think it's a disaster because that's like the signal that the Flymare is coming. And this dragon has its own lore. It's that anyone who gazes upon it like freezes in fear. And Astrid has had this uncle, Finn Hofferson, fearless Finn Hofferson, not afraid of anything, who like challenges the Flymare that we see, and then when it's about to attack, he just freezes, and we never see him again.
So we guess that was the end of him.
That was the end of him. This kind of shows some good backstory as to, I guess, why Astrid was so hyper competitive and perfectionist in the first movie, because it's revealed that because he froze in front of a dragon, her family name is shamed.
Yeah, so not only that, because of now the family name is shamed, she's reminded of it constantly, I'm assuming.
Uh-huh.
And now that this event is coming up again, because it's 10 years, apparently it's established every 10 years.
Yep.
And I don't think that's how Aurora works.
I don't know. I don't live in the north.
But, Snout does not learn that poking a bear is probably not the best course of action, especially when that bear does not like being made fun of.
And wields an axe.
Exactly.
And has been shown a couple times to actually beat the crap out of him. But before we go any further, I kind of got to address, I kind of agree yet disagree with the whole idea of that because Fearless Finn froze in front of the flight mare, then now the whole Hofson family is ashamed.
Yeah.
Because, for one, he's the only Viking that actually charged head-on in front of the dragon. Everyone else was running away from it.
Like headless chickens.
Yeah, okay. So there's a difference between being brave and actually having courage. But apparently Vikings don't understand the difference.
Well, I'm guessing that my thinking here is the fact that he was charging at it and probably stopped in mid-swing.
We do realize that later on that the flight mare has this mist that paralyzes its victims just long enough for it to strike. But the reason why I can agree with that is because his name is Fearless Finn Hofferson.
Yeah.
So freezing is not really living up to his namesake.
Yeah.
Right, but still should have at least. I guess they don't bring that up in any episodes or even in the movie. So I guess they do cut them a little slack. But really, the whole family name is shamed.
It's just
because
of.
I really don't buy it.
I call that very weak. It's like
yeah,
it barely holds water as that. But as we gotta keep reminding ourselves, kid show.
This is a kid's show.
So,
but it is great to see just a little bit of backstory on Astrid. And like I said, we do see why she's so hyper competitive and why she's such a perfectionist in the first movie.
Hell, she has that spunk when as a kid too. She was gonna charge at a dragon. How old was she?
Let's see. I don't want to say 5, probably 6. I like to believe these characters actually did age.
Yeah, a 6-year-old Astrid already holding an hatchet axe, about to charge a dragon. My gosh, she has more balls than Fishlegs has right now.
and she even had her famous war cry, if you remember from the first movie.
Yeah. And I had to make fun of the hair.
The hair, yes, the Angelica-looking hair.
Oh my god! I'm like, yes, I can laugh over the stupidest things. Don't judge me. It's just that hair looked ridiculous. Because you look at Astrid and you're like, that is a great character design. We look at this.
That's not Astrid.
I can't. It's just, it doesn't shout, I'm Astrid, I'm Astrid.
We wouldn't even know it is Astrid unless any of the characters mentioned her by name.
Yeah.
And that did happen.
That's another thing I gotta bring up. Is Gobber never changing?
Well, 10 years sometimes people can stay the same when 10 years go by.
He doesn't even have a change of clothes.
Well, he didn't have a change of clothes in the second movie either. And that was 5 years.
My brain is just trying to...
You broke him. You broke it.
Okay. The fact that he doesn't even take baths is mind-blowing enough. But the fact that not even his mustache is trimmed or longer or anything different? It's just, physics. Ah!
So,
I want to say he found the fountain of youth, but that'd be stretching it.
Alright, so now it's 10 years, it's 10 years later, and now Astrid now makes it a personal mission to find and slay the flight mare to bring honor back to her family. Which I don't know, I think she might be the only one left.
That's where we're guessing.
That's where we're guessing.
I'm guessing that's what also all the fans are guessing too.
Yeah, I really hope they show her parents in the 3rd season.
Please. Give us a clue.
Yeah,
throw us a bone. No, throw us a bone here.
Yeah. And I keep forgetting that at the moment we're recording this, this 3rd season still hasn't come out yet. So
Yes.
It's
like a time capsule right now.
This is a time capsule.
But
so while this is happening, the twins are like setting up this bunker in one of the dragon cages.
I think
and they even state that it's the end of the world. And I'm like,
did they take a lesson from Snout?
what? Oh,
Did they take a lesson from Snout? Because
probably.
like they just set up this. I don't know if you could call it a scheme because generally Zika's the end of the world, possibly. Yeah. But the fact that everyone is now doing whatever they can to get into this bunker, this emergency bunker.
Not everyone, just Snotlout.
Oh, just Snout, but apparently it sounds like everyone wants to be in this bunker.
Yeah. I think because it's well stocked with food, it's got yak butter parfaits.
What the blimey hell?
Apparently that's like it. Apparently they had no concept of heart disease or high cholesterol in Viking times. Because if what they're saying is correct, it's butter on top of whipped cream, on top of butter, on top of whipped cream. That's what a parfait really is.
The Department of Redundant?
I don't know.
Redundant?
I don't know.
It's like, a butter parfait. I'm like, oh. But, no, and I'm surprised that the twins actually managed to do this.
They display intelligence.
For the first time.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not the first time, but...
No, deliberate intelligence.
There we go. Because, and they give Snotlout, like, oh my god. I'm guessing this is his comeuppance from all of his past misdeeds of trying to sell water and trying to sell those dragon eggs.
Yeah. Yeah, they make him miserable jumping through hoops just to get in this, what is essentially a club, really.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a list and everything. They even allow Hookfang in, saying he's on the list.
How did he make that list? I may never know.
I'm just gonna assume that the twins have their own moments of trolling.
Though, I want to make a reference. I'm guessing they go by their own logic, which is, you probably have, like, I don't know, like, you heard of morality and, chaos, like, chaotic good and neutral good and lawful good.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they're going by blue and orange. They make their own rules.
Okay.
That's just it. They make their own rules. If it doesn't suit them, they'll make it up as they go. And as evidence as when he just wrote this down.
Yeah.
It's got green ink.
I don't know what you're talking about. So three of the items on the list is, the first one is 2 rainbow-colored chickens.
And Snotlout actually prepared himself for this.
Yeah, yes he did. It's really just a chicken that's just been painted in multiple colors.
Yeah.
A sturgeon that's dressed like Stoic.
What did he need his fun?
And a singing terrible terror. Which I gotta say, when we actually get that part, his singing sounded very familiar.
I know. I can't help but when I heard that line, I'm like, hello, my baby! Hello, my darling! And Spaceballs is going like this.
Spaceballs, and the Looney Tunes cartoon that the clip came from.
Yes. So I'm trying to picture that during, I'm like, oh no, please don't.
Singing terrible terror. And, I remember even the second movie saying, referencing that terrible terrors sing. Actually, even one of the specials, the Book of Dragons, say that terrible terrors can sing. So yeah, again, okay, we got some continuity going.
All right, and let's get back to Astrid.
All right, so yeah, so Fishlegs finds out that the Flightmare has the same path that he takes every 10 years. So they know exactly where it's going to be, and Astrid, seeing this as her story and her mission, says we're going on Toothless, and Hiccup keeps telling her we're just here to observe it. He's even going far to make Astrid swear that she won't do it, but you know
the drill.
Yeah. So, and we kind of find out, but really, we kind of find out early on, like within the first act, that the Flightmare produces this paralyzing mist, and Astrid is the one to experience it. And so, yeah, it kind of gives her some early closure, but I guess the whole revelation was supposed to be like that, because then it's kind of revealed that there's this algae in the river that the Flightmare always travels, that reacts to the Northern Lights, or Arvindale's Fire, as it's called.
Though, why does it react?
I really don't know. That's
really very specific to react only on a certain day.
I think it must have something to do with the light from the Northern Lights.
So the dragon eats the algae, or the lights?
It eats the algae. Yeah, it eats the algae. I think it's like its main source of food.
So it couldn't eat algae without the Northern Lights?
I guess. And I guess it has to eat a very specific... Or maybe because it is essentially a weak dragon. It uses its glow to protect itself.
Okay.
Because we see that other dragons are affected by the algae. Toothless eats it,
and it becomes visible for all to see.
And it's nighttime.
So yeah.
Yeah. And so it's just Astrid, Hiccup, and Fishlegs who try to divert the river that contains the algae out to the sea, because the river flows right into Berk, which is why it always tears through town.
And as Hiccup nicely puts it, it's like trying to block snout out from a parfait.
Oh yeah, or a mutton meat, a meat of mutton, or whatever it is.
What was Astrid's reaction?
Yeah, you only do that once.
Yeah, that must be horrifying.
Yeah. So yeah, the dragon is very protective of its food source, and so I guess its only defense is that paralyzing mist. But the effects are temporary, long enough for it to strike.
Yeah.
Though I kind of liked it when Toothless was glowing, because I guess at the time when the episode aired, it was kind of foreshadowing what would happen in the second movie. With the Godzilla spines.
Oh yeah.
But only in that movie it was kind of more refined.
Yeah, but honestly, it was intriguing. It's not. This last episode is very baffling because I love it. I don't know why. It's because it didn't make me laugh out loud. It was entertaining and yet not action packed, but it was fulfilling.
Yeah,
and I'm guessing it mostly has to do with Snout out in misery trying to get into that club, but. Honestly, it was very intriguing on this.
Mm-hmm.
And I cannot figure out why I like it.
I know. I kind of wish there was a little... maybe I shouldn't be asking for more development from Astrid, because essentially she is already a developed character when you watch the movie and then watch the series.
And in fact, the movie too, even. Like, it's pretty much, she's pretty fleshed out. It's like asking us, develop Hiccup more. Well, you can't because you already know about Hiccup.
Mm-hmm.
We got what we all need.
So, yeah, we got some backstory, and honestly, we do need some backstory. I guess from some of the characters that actually matter. And really the ones that matter to me are Hiccup's backstory and Astrid's. I could maybe some of Snotlout's, but everyone else
is in the dark. Like Fishleg's family, like we see him always by himself. Then again, there was that boot night.
Yeah, there was the boot night. The twins, Snotlout. Apparently, his dad has some snaky feet.
Yeah.
Fishleg's twins and Snotlout have parents or they have fathers that need to have their boots aired out. Astrid, apparently, according to one fan, we do not see any of her parents. We don't know if she has a mom and a dad, or just a mom, or just a dad, or if she's by herself.
If that's the case, considering that in Viking era there was no such, I don't know if there was such thing as orphanage or rewards of the state, but
no, there wasn't. But there were children who were parentless, fatherless.
So I'm guessing probably some
bastard
other family
children, essentially.
Yes, I'm guessing another family took her in. That's what you can hope for,
unless Finn was her only surviving family member.
Thus, left everything in her possession, the house and everything. That's really dark.
I know. But yeah, again, I really do hope that they give her more backstory, or at least show her, show her parents actually, or her any surviving family members in the third season, which I really can't wait to watch. I really wish we could just blow right through this right now and be ready for the third season, but we have our own lives.
But it doesn't mean we can't try.
Mm-hmm. So really, Fright of Passage, I give it an okay episode.
It's passing.
Yeah.
I'm just it's supposed to be entertainment. It's not something. It's not. What was that episode with Dagger? It's not that entertaining. It was never that high on the comedy level.
I know.
And it wasn't as suspenseful as some of the others, like, the season finale for season 1.
Yeah.
So, I can't even call it filler because it did more than just fill.
Yeah.
So, but it wasn't outstanding. That's the problem.
I guess we could say it's a neutral episode.
Yeah. I mean, yes, there are some things I have to question a lot, like, why can you only eat the algae at this certain time of the year? Or
yeah, that's something I also does the algae happen? Does the algae grow elsewhere? I mean, or does it have a very slow metabolism?
I guess, because it's like that's what when you live in what I remember from biology, algae is algae, no matter where it lives. If it's living in that river, chances are it's still going to be in that river.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't think it should matter if it glows or not to eat it.
Mm-hmm.
That Fright, was it Flightmare or Frightmare?
Flightmare.
That is confusing.
Mm-hmm.
But that Flightmare should be terrorizing Berk every day for the food.
Yeah. So, yeah, there are some holes in the story, but it does have some heart to it.
Oh, yeah.
So, I guess that's why we kind of consider this a neutral episode. It's nice to see some backstory with Astrid. We kind of got some like little atmosphere with the Flightmare and the Northern Lights, that kind of thing. And the way they introduced the kind of the way they built up to the Flightmare was pretty cool too.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's a passable episode.
Though, God. I love the false alarm with Stoic when he thought 3 Flightmares were invading, and one was just one was just Stoic and not Stoic, Hiccup, Astrid and Fish Legs with their dragons after they ate the algae and they're now glowing.
Yeah, and then it's Hiccup, slap me. Your dragons are glowing. I must still be dreaming.
That is comedic.
Yeah.
No, nothing can go wrong when Gobber's in on an episode, especially because whenever he talks, it seems like he sprouts out comedic gold everywhere.
I know.
He's like, just his presence alone will get something funny to happen.
Mm-hmm. So, we got really nothing else left to say about this.
Oh,
We're really just dragging this on.
yeah. So, until next time.
Yes.